Macron are still butting heads over the Iran nuclear deal. Despite pushback from Macron at the White House yesterday, Trump says that he's not ready to commit to anything just yet.
Nobody knows what I'm going to do on the 12th, but we'll see. But we'll see also if I do what some people expect, whether or not it will be possible to do a new deal with solid foundations, because this is a deal with decayed foundations. It's a bad deal.
Solid foundations, what does that mean? And will Trump still plan to scrap the Obama-era deal, or is a new Iran nuclear deal maybe coming? Here to weigh in and join us on this morning's topic, big topic, business and politics reporter at the Independent Voter Network, Lindsey France, and Behnam Taleblu, research fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Hey, guys, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Lindsey, let me start with you on this. Solid foundations. Do you think that the president, he sounds open to maybe reworking the Iran nuclear deal? Do you think that that's actually going to be the case, knowing this president?
Well, I think that Donald Trump has got to keep his mind open to this charm offensive. He doesn't want to make it seem as if this relationship and this visit by Macron is wasted at all. But he can't just retrench his promises during the election of completely redoing the deal. But he's clearly saying that while they can't completely scrap it and rebuild it by the 12th, that there needs to be a build upon on this. And Macron is coming on with a four-pronged approach. We know that Donald Trump loves those. And so being open, but really drawing a hard line, I think, is really what we're facing here. And people are really looking at this tweet by tweet. As the man said, it's uncertain. We'll see.
All right. Well, Behnam, at the same time, Trump has made a lot of comments about the Iran deal, but he's called it insane. He's called it ridiculous. That was just yesterday. So it's not like he's really changing his rhetoric about it.
That's right, and I think the president was right to chide the deal. The deal is heavily slanted in Iran's favor, but the president said something when he was campaigning, which I think still remains true today, and you saw it on full display in the multiple press conferences he had with Macron yesterday. He said, "I buy bad deals and I make them good deals." The president inherited a fatally flawed Iran nuclear deal from President Obama. Hopefully he can work with our transatlantic partners to fix that deal in advance of the next sanctions waiver deadline on May 12th.
Well, fix it, or maybe he's going to just try and throw it out completely. And that is the fear. That seems to be Macron's biggest fear, frankly. We've seen a lot of this come up over the visit between the two leaders in the last 2 days, Lindsey. But I want to read you. We actually heard more rhetoric coming out of Iran overnight. This crossed about an hour ago. This is from President Rouhani, and he said, "You don't have any background in politics." He's talking to Trump. "You don't have any background in law. You don't have any background on international treaties. How can a tradesman, a merchant, a building constructor, a tower constructor make judgments about international affairs?" Lindsey, the Iranian regime not happy.
Wasted words by Hassan Rouhani. As far as I am concerned, who is he to speak to anyone about representing people properly or being legitimately suited for a job? I think that this is a situation that the American people decided on. And Trump is our leader. Hassan Rouhani is scared that Europe will unite against him. We're still waiting to see what Angela Merkel will come forward and say. And I think that he's beginning to get desperate. Changes most likely will be made, according to what President Trump has said. He's pushed hard. This is part of his campaign's top line talking points. Right. The world community know that changes have to happen. And in my opinion, Hassan Rouhani is getting desperate. He's throwing insults, and he doesn't have the power of Twitter like the United States president.
Well, they could if he didn't, represent Iran. Really quick, Macron's ideas. Behnam, I want to look at these really quick with you before we go. So they're talking about actually kind of a scale down by 2025. I mean, give it time, basically. We're in 2018. Let's extend this to 2025. The agreement with caveats. Macron also saying that we should monitor and address Iran's ballistic missile program, and then set conditions for political solutions to contain issues: Yemen, Syria, Iraq, and Lebanon. Iran's fingerprints in those four countries, we should say. Do you think that Macron's ideas could get anywhere with Trump?
conceptually, I think the President of the United States agrees with all of those ideas. The problem is, ever since America and Europe have been negotiating to fix the deal since January or February of this year, many European partners were hesitant to actually engage. When you talk about ballistic missiles, for instance, Macron and other European leaders are only talking about ICBMs, as opposed to Iran's shorter and medium-range ballistic missiles. All of Iran's medium-range ballistic missiles can target the Middle East and are nuclear capable. So there still are some flaws in what Macron is saying.
All right, Lindsay, Behnam, it's a big topic, and we're going to keep talking about it. Thanks, guys.
My pleasure.
And